This morning. Where are these orders? Where is the flooding actually taking place?
Sure. Good morning, Pat. So these orders are for low-lying coastal homes near Rio Del Mar and Seacliff State Beach. There are several homes that extend along roads that run below the bluff line there, so they are very exposed to coastal damage. And there's a second order for the Pajaro Dunes area, which is a development of apartments that are near the mouth of the Pajaro River, so they're also right on the coast. We're seeing a lot of powerful surf on top of a very high tide, so that's causing a lot of debris, and we're starting to see a little bit of damage on the coast. I was just down at one of our beaches, Live Oak, and stairway down to the so this is going to be the situation throughout much of the day, so we want to advise people to avoid the coast. There's a lot of looky-loos right now. I think that's fine as long as you stay up on a bluff. There are places to safely observe this effect, but it's something that we really haven't seen since last January. Very powerful storm.
So what about the residents in the area? I know you don't want looky-loos, you don't want people going down there, but are there people who live in the area? Are they facing potential evacuation?
Yeah, they are facing potential evacuation. We let them know in advance. We had volunteers down there yesterday with flyers going door to door, letting people know that this is coming. So what we're asking them to do right now is there's no order, but we are asking them to be ready. So we are a little over peak high tide. We're probably going to have several hours here, so we're going to keep a close eye on it. We have public safety personnel all along the coast monitoring the situation. And we'll be ready to pull the trigger on an order if we need that. But right now we're seeing, I'm near the coast now myself, and there are tons of people out checking this out. So that's kind of one of the things we struggle with, is we want to warn people about the risk, but in doing so we actually create more risk. We're seeing a lot of people come down to the beach.
Yeah, because they think there are going to be these beautiful, powerful waves, and they want to go down and look at them. How big are the waves that are impacting things, and have they reached their peak, or are those waves going to be bigger later today?
They are, they're predicted to wave heights of up to 30 feet, if not more. Now, we're on high tide here a little bit, so the waves aren't as powerful, but we may see them rise up again around 2 o'clock, around there. So we're, seeing them break, onto beaches where there's normally sand. I was just at one cove beach where there's usually a beach there, and it's just breaking all the way to the back of the beach.
Right.
It's breaking over the seawall at Rio Del Mar. I've seen logs into cars, things like that. So it's really not, especially for the low-lying coastal areas where we see flooding. A lot of winters this happens. This is just an extraordinary event. So we're seeing a lot of water and a lot of debris come onto shore where there's not usually water order.
Okay, and one final question. In the areas where you're concerned about the flooding, and you may have evacuation orders, if people have to evacuate, they need to have an egress. They need to have a way to get out. Are you concerned that those roadways are also going to be flooded and people could be trapped?
Well, like I said, we have personnel there to escort people if that's needed. They should be able to get out. We will see roads underwater, but it tends to come and go with the wave action. Right?
Okay.
So it's really doing a number on the coast, but it should be all right to passable if get to that point.
Thank you.
We are working on. No, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was just going to thank you, and we're going to stay in touch with you as well, Jason. It's we want to keep people informed about what's going on down there. So that's Jason Hoppen. He's a Santa Cruz County spokesman talking about the area under an evacuation warning because of the flooding that's happening right now. And just ahead on KCBS.
I'm Jeffrey Taub at the Golden Gate Bridge, where tolls are likely to go up again, and motorists are not happy about it.
Let's check in now with Dave Fouts. He is in the KCBS Traffic Center. Where are you taking us, Dave?
We're going to start in the Santa Cruz Mountains, thanks to Chris and Raven of the KCBS phone force, 415-391-KCBS. They told me about a crash southbound 17 before Summit Road. 4 cars on the right shoulder. When CHP arrives, they might need to block that right lane, and I was then able to tell them southbound 17 before Laurel, it's an accident in the left lane, although that one may be in the process of being moved out of the way. Expect more slowing starting at Glenwood as you head down the hill towards Laurel. We've got some delays getting into San Francisco. The metering lights turned on at the Bay Bridge Toll Plaza. Traffic backed up just before the Bay Gate, so not a big delay, just a surprising one at this point. Northbound 101 in San Francisco, a little slow before and after Cesar Chavez. We're seeing slowing crossing the Golden Gate Bridge in the northbound direction. Looks like too many people trying to get into the parking lot at Vista Point. That's got slow traffic starting right around the pay gates. And in Fairfield, roadwork eastbound 80 before West Texas. The left lane is blocked. That's why in the Chilton Automatic Collision Cam we see slow traffic starting before the 12 East exit. Your next traffic update, 11:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
And checking your KCBS weather forecast, cloudy today, patchy fog, more chances for scattered showers if you're by the water or in the North Bay. High should be in the low to mid 60s by the water, mid to upper 60s inland. Tonight, more rain and wind, and tomorrow cloudy and rainy, and gusty winds will pick up later in the day too. Highs will stay about the same in the 60s all over. Keep in mind there's a high surf warning in effect until 3 o'clock tomorrow morning, and coastal flood advisory is in effect until 1 o'clock this afternoon. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
Hey guys, Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. If you have erectile dysfunction and you're tired of taking Viagra and nothing else has worked, then you need to try acoustic wave therapy. Our technology is highly effective at restoring function by clearing out your arteries and increasing blood flow, which is the true secret of a more permanent solution to your ED or Peyronie's disease. West Coast Men's Health also uses acoustic wave therapy to treat chronic pain, including neuropathy, plantar fasciitis, Dupuytren's contracture, and even carpal tunnel. With 11 locations nationwide and a 4.9 average rating on Google, West Coast Men's Health is leading the way in treating erectile dysfunction. So if you have ED, Peyronie's disease, or chronic pain, be proactive about your health and call us today.
With clinics in San Mateo, Pleasanton, Walnut Creek, and Elk Grove, call 650-407-1168. That's 650-407-1168. 650-407-1168. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com. This is Larry Fleck, owner of the Store. Our year-end clearance sale always means up to 50% off store-wide and no sales tax. But this year it also means interest-free financing for 24 months. It's our way of saying Happy New Year. The Floor Store, your Bay Area flooring authority.
And back to your news watch. The Golden Gate Bridge is operating in the red, bleeding funds as toll crossings decreased during COVID and never quite bounced back. A potential toll hike is in the offing. But as KCBS's Jeffrey Schaub found out, drivers say enough is enough.
Right now, anybody who does not have a fast track card pays $9.75 per crossing, nearly $2 more than the 7 state-run Bay Area bridges. Ethan Beagle lives in South San Francisco and commutes to Marin every weekday. The bridge district says it's running in the red to the tune of $220 million. Costs are going up just as stay-at-home work continues to drive revenues down. But Thomas Aaron says something's fishy. It just keeps going up and up. It feels like mismanagement to me. He worries about the financial toll on workers.
Especially for a lot of the folks who commute into Marin that aren't necessarily affluent.
Public hearings on a proposed toll hike begin in February. Jeffrey Schaub, KCBS.
BART riders at West Oakland will use new fare gates for the first time ever after continuous incidents of riders casually jumping over gates. A new 7-foot-tall, sturdy polycarbonate door will allow entrance to BART's West Oakland station. The debut is the beginning of a $90 million project to replace all of BART's 700-plus gates by summer 2025. The gates installed at West Oakland are not the final version, as BART officials report exclusive door-breaking technology will be installed in the coming weeks. BART officials hope these new gates will increase revenue for the transit agency. They were hard hit by the pandemic, but these gates will also improve safety for riders across the Bay Area.
Hi, I'm Nabil Ahmed. Have you been summoned to court to deal with a restraining order? It's crucial to understand the potential consequences and steps needed to protect your rights. A restraining order can have long-lasting negative impacts on your life. It can last up to 3 years, appear on background checks, and could potentially impact your ability to secure employment. Seeking the help of an experienced defense lawyer is crucial in order to effectively protect your future. Schedule a consultation today. visit eastbaylawpractice.com. That's eastbaylawpractice.com.
Wesley had IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Coming after my house, my car. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
Wesley called Optima Tax Relief.
They were great people. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-298-3904. 800-298-3904. Optima Tax Relief. For details, visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job at ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Coming up on KCBS, we'll take a look at new advancements in treating metastatic breast cancer. KCBS News Time is 11:15. It's time to check in with Stephen Langford with sports. He's talking Sharks.
Things were looking promising for the Sharks in the first period down in Los Angeles.
Fabian Zetterlund in on the breakaway. Scores! Fabian Zetterlund, the Sharks score first. 1-0 San Jose.
Audio courtesy of NBC Sports California. They took a 1-0 lead in the first period, but the second period woes plagued them yet again. Last night, they gave up that lead with LA scoring back-to-back goals in 13 seconds. The Kings handed them their 6th straight loss with a 5-1 final. In 35 games this season, they have been outscored 51-23 in the second period alone. Will that continue tonight? Quick turnaround as they play host to the Edmonton Oilers. Puck drops at 7:30. The 15 finalists were announced for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and for the 3rd consecutive year, former 49ers linebacker Patrick Willis is one of the 15 finalists. He was really one of the more feared linebackers in the game during his career. He made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 7 seasons and earned as many All-Pro selections as those on the ballot with 5. His success garnered him a spot on the NFL's All-Decade team for the 2010s. All that held him back from wearing that gold jacket is career longevity. He retired after just 8 seasons, and that 8th season was cut short after 6 games due to a season-ending injury. We'll see if he makes it through to the next round. It will be trimmed from 15 to 10, then from 10 to 5. They'll need 80% of the votes from the panel to get into Canton. At the sports desk, Stephen Langford, KCBS.
My little brother's friends have been camped out at our place for 2 days straight. 3. It's because of the Xfinity 10G network. Internet that can handle a house full of screens at once with like basically no interruption. And it's only getting faster. When I was their age, internet like this was a pipe dream. You sound like my grandpa. Let's go home. The next generation 10G network only from Xfinity. The future starts now. Now through March 21st, new customers can get 1.2 gigabit internet on the Xfinity 10G network for just $25 a month for 2 years with no annual contract and Wi-Fi equipment included when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless plan and auto-pay stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and Wi-Fi equipment. Actual speeds vary. We all have someone we love, like the favorite lyric in our favorite song. You can't imagine life without them. Cancer screening tests can help keep the person you love around longer by detecting changes before cancer develops, or catch it early when it may be easier to treat. And many tests are available for free or are covered by insurance. It's time to sound like a broken record. Tell all your friends and family, I love you. Get screened. Visit cancer.org/getscreened to learn more.
Dave Fowkes joins us from the KCBS Traffic Center. What are we looking at, Dave?
Well, we're going to start Fairfield. We've got some road work eastbound 80 before West Texas Street. Now, of course, Fairfield's always going to be a bit busy at this point with people taking off for vacation. So, taking out the left lane before West Texas, adding to that backup before 12 East. Once you get past that road work, where sluggish traffic starting to kick in, Air Base Parkway past Manuel Campos Parkway. Westbound 80 as you head towards the Bay Bridge is right around that corner. Westbound 80 to westbound 80, the Berkeley curve. Looks like an accident car ran off the roadway. Maybe he was just surprised to see that the meter relays were turned on at the toll plaza. Traffic backed up just to the pay gates themselves. Not a big delay, but there is a delay. Northbound Golden Gate Bridge, we've got delays starting at the toll plaza to Vista Point. Looks like too many cars trying to get into that small parking lot. And into Santa Cruz Mountain, southbound 17 before Summit Road. Had a crash. Everything went to the right shoulder. It does look like CHP may be there and blocking the right lane. Another crash further down the road, southbound 17 at Laurel, has been removed from the freeway. Your next traffic update, 11:28 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Jessica Birch. Today is not the day to head out to the coastline. We're under a high surf warning until 3 a.m. on Friday, issued by the National Weather Service. We see breakers anywhere up to around 33 feet high. Strong rip currents are possible as well as sneaker waves, so avoid the coast today, despite the fact that it is a dry day compared to yesterday. We have rain returning in the forecast for us tomorrow, just around lunchtime, and that's going to last as we head into our Saturday forecast with scattered thunderstorms possible into Saturday. We clear up just in time for New Year's Eve. 56 degrees on Sunday, 60 by Monday as we ring in the new year with partly cloudy skies, and then the rain returns midweek next week, so we'll keep you updated on those rainfall totals. For now, I'm First Alert Meteorologist Jessica Birch, now also on Pix Plus, home of the primetime edition at 8 p.m.
Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. Back to your News Watch. While a breast cancer diagnosis of any kind is life-altering, a diagnosis of metastatic breast cancer can be especially devastating. But as CBS medical reporter Dr. Malika Marshall reports, new advances in treatment are helping patients live longer and healthier lives. Valerie Frank was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer in 2018. Despite multiple surgeries, chemo, and radiation, 2 years ago it returned and had become metastatic, meaning it spread to her bones, liver, and lungs. The 52-year-old wife and mother of 3 teenage girls was crushed.
It was absolutely terrifying. I was in a state of panic for months, just paralyzing panic.
Fortunately, there are so many more treatment options available for patients like Valerie compared to just a decade ago.
Used to these patients were living for about 2 years. Now the median survival is up to 5+ years. So it is dramatically different, and that is because there's so many new therapies that are available for patients.
Untouched therapy is antibody-drug conjugates that act as smart bombs by directly targeting the tumor, sparing healthy cells, and reducing side effects.
We have seen the most number of approvals for metastatic breast cancer in the last 3 years than I have seen in my entire career over 15 years.
Unfortunately, over time, cancer cells learn to outsmart individual drugs, so it's important to have an arsenal of options. Valerie has already gone through several therapies. When her current regimen stops working, she'll move on to another.
I hope one day we'll be able to tell patients metastases that we can cure them. We're not there yet.
I am going to die of breast cancer.
Once I'm hit bypass, I'll die of breast cancer. But I am determined to be here for as long as I can for my family.
No matter what it takes. Dr. Malika Marshall, CBS News, Boston. After a year of high gas prices with little relief, many may be wondering what's in store for 2024. KCBS's Mary Hughes reports on what to expect.
I think the first thing consumers need to understand is that we have very little ability to predict future gasoline prices.
That's Reverend Bornstein, faculty director at the Energy Institute at UC Berkeley Haas School of Business. While some predictions are out there saying that gas prices will go down in the new year, Bornstein says there's no way to be certain of this. And a lot of that has to do with crude oil.
The market for crude oil is very difficult to anticipate. It depends on the supply, it depends on geopolitical conflicts, and it depends on demand.
The demand for more gas is on the mind of John Traynor as well, spokesperson for AAA Northern California. He's been keeping his eye on gas prices for the last 2 years to see what trends are sticking.
We know that the summer driving season is going to be busy. It's been busy in 2022. It was busier in 2023. We saw record travel. High demand typically is an indicator you're going to have higher prices.
So even if the price dips down in January, there's no guarantee it'll stay that way year-round. Mary Hughes, KCBS.
2 people were rescued yesterday by the San Francisco Fire Department after their car slid down an embankment. The driver reportedly hit a curb in